Wednesday morning, my friends. I'm Pastor Ben Hayes from First Baptist Church, Dadeville, Alabama, bringing you our thought for the day on this wonderful Wednesday. You know why it's wonderful? Because we're together. We're going to be together. Our men's Bible study, 10 a.m. I hope that all of our guys will come out and be with us. Ladies meet for prayer time. I hope that you'll come and join them. This evening, 4:45, our family night supper. I don't know what we're having, but it will be good. $6 a person, $20 max per family. Call the office, make your reservations. 5:45, all of our regular activities going. But keep in mind that the celebration choir is meeting off-site for their Christmas music introductions. You got to make arrangements with Charlie to find out where that is. I can't tell you. It's a secret. So if you want to sing in Christmas choir, call Charlie today. Right now we're in Hebrews chapter 7. We're talking about Melchizedek and this mysterious figure that appears in the book of Genesis to Abraham there for a moment, and he's gone. And what we find out is Melchizedek is king of Salem, but he's also priest of God Most High, which is interesting because Melchizedek is a Gentile, and yet he's priest of God Most High. Understand, the priesthood had not even begun yet because Abraham had not yet become the father of many nations. Abraham would have Isaac, Isaac would have Jacob, and understand Jacob would be the father of the 12 sons that would become the tribes of Israel, Levi one of them. So Levi, the priestly nation, had not yet been born. And so we've got this strange situation here where Melchizedek, this Gentile king and priest, is lifted up as a type of high priest that Jesus becomes. Jesus is not a high priest from the line of Levi because he's not a Levite. He's from the tribe of Judah. We said this yesterday. His priesthood comes through Melchizedek because he's priest and he's king. He is not a priest because of generational inheritance. He is priest because God declared him to be priest. And Abraham recognized that there was something special about Melchizedek, who blessed him, and he responded by giving a tithe to Melchizedek, which, by the way, is the reason that all of us should be willing to give our tithes, our offerings, ourselves, our talents, everything that we are to the Father, because we've been blessed by our high priest, Jesus. Jesus has given us such great blessings, so we respond to him in the same way that Abraham responded to Melchizedek. Now, I want to pick up in verse 7 here. Look what he says. Hebrews 7:7. Now, beyond all contradiction, the lesser is blessed by the better. So what are we talking about? Well, Abraham and Melchizedek, get it? Abraham's the lesser. He's not king of Salem. He's not priest of God Most High. He's not the father of many nations. That hasn't happened yet. Melchizedek is the better, but Abraham was blessed by Melchizedek. In response, he gave Melchizedek a tithe. How does that apply to us? We are blessed by our high priest, Jesus, who gave himself on the cross of Calvary, died for our sins, was buried, and rose again on the third day. And because of that, our sins are forgiven. We have the promise of everlasting life. How should we respond to that blessing? By giving of ourselves, our talents, our tithe, our time to the Father. Okay, this is not a tithing message, but this is what we're talking about. We respond in worship, and true worship involves the giving of ourselves, everything that we are. Now look what he says in verse 8. Here, mortal men receive tithes. That happened for the Jewish people. They brought their tithes to the tabernacle, to the temple. The Levites collected them, used them for the glory of the Father to do the things that God had called them to do. Here, we receive them in our churches. Listen, but I want you to understand something. When you bring your tithe, your offerings to your church, you're not tithing to men, even though mortal men receive them. You're tithing to the Father. That's what he's talking about here. Here, mortal men receive tithes, but there he receives them. Who? The priest of God Most High. Melchizedek, then Jesus now, of whom it is witnessed that he lives. Melchizedek, we see that. He told us earlier that Melchizedek had no beginning, no ending. I don't understand it. I can't explain it to you. If you've got an idea, you tell me about it. I'll be glad to listen. But I want you to think about this. We know that Jesus lives. He's always lived, and he always will live. He is eternal. He is forever. Verse 9 will wrap this up. Even Levi, who receives tithes, paid tithes through Abraham, so to speak, for he was still in the loins of his father when Melchizedek met him. Even the priests paid their tithes through Abraham. All right, that's what he's talking about, because he had not yet been born. Just like Melchizedek. Understand, Melchizedek was blessing Abraham, and Abraham responded by giving his tithe. Do I understand it perfectly? No, I've got to admit that. But I want you to think about what we're talking about here today. Jesus is the superior high priest to any of the high priests that had ever served in the nation of Israel. That's the point of this passage. Be blessed. I'll see you back here tomorrow.